Hi everyone, Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. And I just want to say a couple of things. I've been ruminating a lot. I haven't been on all that much except for my dailies, and I'm going to do my February Astro Kabbalah read next, I believe. But I've had a lot of thoughts sort of running around in my head. And this whole process of the impeachment has been, to a certain extent, a bit of a revelation for me. And also other stuff that's going on, trying to step back from everything, not holding my breath for each next thing, and almost like an addict. You're like, what's next, what's next, what's next. I've tried to sort of step back from that, and what that has created in me was a feeling not to actually do quite that many readings on this stuff, because um, part of me believes that as we interact with the energy, we're co-creating something. And I would prefer to sort of picture what I want to see, and step back from it, and sort of allow it to happen without, the play-by-play and the blow-by-blow stuff. Although I have done a couple of readings, so I haven't been completely off. And I know that I've had a few comments that people have missed me, and I've certainly missed you as well, talking to you and commenting. But there's a couple of things that I just want to bring up, and a couple of things that I'm going to be doing. So I want you to know that I've been busy, coming up with content, but I didn't want it to be uniquely on the impeachment. I've been looking at quite a lot. I've been looking at quite a lot of astrology. I've been looking at some alternative news sources that I like to look at, to try to get a bigger picture of what's going on. So I'm going to just share a couple of my thoughts with you, and a couple of exciting, in my world, exciting announcements. So number one exciting announcement, we have a birth time for Adam Schiff. I know some people are going to be like, but for me it's exciting because as much as I love working, I love astrology, I love numerology, I love Kabbalah, I love doing it. When you get a chart that's accurate, you're like, okay, now I can say with more certainty what I'm saying. And this is Adam Schiff's chart, and I will be doing a reading. Oops, sorry. We'll be doing a reading on Adam Schiff, on his chart from the perspective of evolutionary astrology. I've already done a Kabbalah reading on him. If you want to check that out, I can put that link below. But I'll just tell you, I got this from Astro Data Bank, and it's Adam Schiff was born June 22nd, 1960, in Framingham, Massachusetts, at 6:13 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And so he has a 13-degree, 39-minute Cancer ascendant. That is the sun. The sun of the United States is at is at 14 degrees, 13 something. I don't know exactly. He has his sun at 0-degree Cancer, 58 minutes. Venus at 0 degrees Cancer, 54 minutes. So he has a Cassimi, I think it's called, conjunction. It is in a balsamic phase to the sun, so it has more of a Pisces flavor to it, and he also has his sun in the 12th house. We'll see people who have a lot of stuff in the 12th house, sun especially. He has the moon there as well, Venus. And then just other planets. Barack Obama had his Saturn and his Jupiter in the 12th house. George W. had his sun in the 12th house. People who have a lot of 12th house stuff generally work for the collective. So we can definitely see that. But we'll get into this with Adam on another video. I just wanted to sort of announce that. One of the things that impressed me about the impeachment was the closing argument of Adam Schiff, the last argument he made. It was very heartfelt. It was very open-hearted and sort of open-souled. And I am not a patriotic person. I do not. I believe that we are all citizens of the world. Now, people will disagree with me. I've gotten a lot of flack over the years for that. I'm not a flag waving American. I feel like it's important to have unity within a nation, but when it's us against them kind of nation stuff, that's where I sort of draw the line. But when he was speaking, I felt an embodiment of the spirit of the forefathers or the founding fathers in a way that I had never experienced before. And so I have to thank Adam for that. It was very, just very, it sort of opened my heart and made me believe in the wisdom of the forefathers. Now, I know there's a lot of things to be said about them, but they were men of their time. So, besides the fact that there were slave owners and all of that, and of course, the history of America, the dream of America is very different than the actual reality of America, and that is something that we are certainly learning through the Trump presidency, and as we become more and more aware of the things that we have done in the name of America to create America or to the empire that has been wrought. And of course, that's another that's a whole nother issue. So I'm aware of that. Um, but one thing that he was talking about was moral moral bravery, and he sort of went on and on with this because it was, I think, a realization for him. And he talked about moral bravery is when you stand up against um, everything that sort of everybody else stands for what is right. And what the first thought in my mind was, wow, he's describing Bernie Sanders. So I thought that was kind of cool. Uh, whether he meant to or not, he was trying to talk to the Republicans who are, talk about being between a rock and a hard place. Uh, more moral moral bravery. I don't know. I mean, there was when we had the Kavanaugh hearings, we got like just a little taste of that, and we were so hungry for some justice. And then Flake flaked out like he always does. It's always the same thing. So we can't really expect moral bravery from the Republicans. So don't expect that. Although they do know when the writing's on the wall, so we can expect something to come down. It's very possible that they'll just ask Trump to leave. The question is, will he leave? Okay, so that's another story for another day. Maybe another reading, another exploration. Okay, wait. I kind of lost my point there for a second. Let me think here. Let me just think. Yeah, so moral courage. And Bernie is leading in the polls. So, and now the Democrat establishment is freaking out. So we'll see what happens, right? Um, I also did a pretty deep dive into Bernie's numbers and some of the astrological stuff that's happening to him. He is very much a man of this time. He is very much an avatar, just as Trump was an avatar. And I'll discuss that when we talk about Bernie. So I'm going to do something on Bernie, both astrologically, sort of an update, and numerologically and Kabbalistically. And what else did I want to say? And then I'm going to continue to do the highlights of 2020. There's a couple of major things that are happening in 2020 that I'm going to dive into from an astrological point of view. I will bring in the Kabbalah on that stuff as well and the numerology to sort of round it out. So these are just some things I'm going to be doing. I know this is kind of just an announcement video, but I thought you'd like to know where I've been, what I've done. It's been a real journey. Personally, I felt I felt like everything was spinning in my life. And a lot of things like I like this the plate spinner. You run from one thing to the next thing to the next thing, and you're always dealing with the plates crashing down on you and trying to keep it all up in the air. And I sort of had to give myself the time to spin the plates that were necessary to spin. And then at the same time, have a little time to think about what's been going on, because there's a lot of stuff happening. And the last thing I want to say is we are co-creators with the divine. It is our job, especially in 2020, a 4 vibration. Okay, 4 is vision. Okay, it's vision. The Hebrew letter Hey is the window. We have a window of opportunity. We have a window to look through. We have a circumscribed 4, right? The square picture. And so the best thing for us to do, instead of sort of working from this reactive place, is to step back and picture what we want to see, and then leave it for the universe to fill in. Okay. I would like to see the shift that all of us are having in consciousness to make its way to the physical plane, so we can start working together to change the whole paradigm. And it's happening. So, but we have the power to do that. And for those of us who are not living in a war zone, and for those of us who have sort of more time, we're not dealing with survival issues at every moment. It's really beholding to us to hold the space for what's to happen. And so it's not a Pollyanna kind of thing. It's a realization that we are the people. We are the ones we've been waiting for. There's no saviors. We are saving ourselves because we have the power within us. We have the God Goddess within us to express and to make the world a better place. And of course, love is the most powerful thing that we have. And the one thing that I think the Bernie Sanders presidency or his run is an opportunity for us to believe that love can lead the way. That is a totally different paradigm. So interesting. It kind of started with a Jewish guy, right? Jesus. And here we are 2,000 years later, 2,000 odd years later, with another Jewish guy that people are like, who's this guy? Just saying. All right. Not that Bernie Trump is Jesus. I'm Bernie Trump. Oh my God. Oh, isn't that weird? I said that even though Bernie Sanders is not Jesus. I know that. Don't get crazy on me, folks. I just thought that was kind of a little bit of a funny. Maybe I should keep my funny to myself. All right, guys. I will be back with the February Astro Kabbalah. I will be back with more astrology stuff that's happening. I will be back with Adam Schiff's chart. Oh, there's so much to do. I'm so excited. So I look forward to getting back to you. Like and subscribe. Keep your eyeballs open for what's coming up from this channel. And I look forward to doing all this exploration with you. Take care. You can, if you want to keep this channel going, it's very helpful. There are links below. You can either get a reading with me, which helps both of us, because I learn about you, you learn about yourself, and we're co-creating together. You can just donate to the channel. There's a donate button, 5, 10, 1, whatever you got. If you feel the need, if you feel that this is helpful and useful information, please, I would appreciate anything that you can do. And again, I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.